the American, New Jersey-born Tommy Paul versus Sasha Zverev, the two seed. Zverev's coming in as a pretty big favorite, minus 300. Both not a lot of tests on their road to the quarterfinals. Fokina was dealing with some physical injuries last set against Tommy Paul. Zverev, I think that's just a tough matchup for Ugo to get over. Zverev just unreal record against lefties with his backhand advantage, and Ugo wants to pull you out wide, and that goes directly into Zverev's strength on the backhand. I think in this matchup though, Zverev's looks locked in, and I think he matches Tommy Paul's strengths, which are like the defense, the rally tolerance, and the edge I see for Sasha is just the free points he's going to get serving, because I don't see I see Tommy having to work a lot harder to get holds, where I think Sasha is going to take the pressure off himself and hold relatively easier, but still be in Tommy's service games.
Yeah, I think it's a close four-set win for Sasha. Again, let's see TP really show out and show us how he's improved since the U.S. Open. I don't think he's been, like you said, he hasn't really been tested at all. So, Zverev at least had Humbert. That's a bit of a test. Tommy Paul, though, you know, no one saw Fokina making the round of 16, and granted he earned it. He played great, but then his body just wasn't prepared for that round of 16 match. I doubt Paul ran into a seed before that. I could be maybe in the third round.
Yeah, once I don't think he did.
Yeah, I think he had a really easy draw
So
to
did
get to
Zverev
this.
before we touched on last time. Yeah,
Yeah.
Paul went five with Chris O'Connell. Then he took Kei Nishikori out in four, beat Roberto Carballes Banas in the third round, and then got pretty much a bye against Fokina in the fourth.
Yeah, so I mean, those guys are grinders that TP played, but you can't really gauge what like how those wins are going to stack up to going all the way up to Zverev. I think that Zverev's serve is just going to take the racket out of his hands. As great as Paul's been playing, it's hard to root against that serve. It's just so the most consistent in the game. The average like serve speed on tour is like 195 kilometers, and Sasha's is like 213 kilometers an hour, like on average, which isn't just unheard of. It's just so reliable.
And we see him so many times serve like over 80% first serves in. Like it's
That's
not
how he
even
beat
like when he
Alcaraz
gets it
last
in,
year.
he gets it in so often that it's like not even an outlier anymore. That's just how he serves.
Yeah,
Obviously, his second serves, I think he's done a lot to improve that over the years. That was when he had like the best serve. He had like the best first serve in the game, but his second serve was just lacking, and he fixed that issue. Now he doesn't double fault. He gets himself better into points that way. But yeah, it's tough to see. I want Tommy, obviously, New
yeah,
Jersey born. Got to rep it. If you couldn't tell, I'm a Giants fan, so I want to root for the American here. But I also want to see Zverev play the winner of Djokovic and Alcaraz, and then I want Zverev to have this is his chance that he can win this slam. We talked about last year how he was right there with Medvedev, up 2-0, lost in a close five-setter.
yeah,
He was right there to be competing with Sinner for the slam. And
yeah,
we've asked the question before, like, is this the year Sasha gets it? I think this is one of his better chances to get it. Obviously, he's got elite pedigree on clay, but a fast hard court in Australia, he gets those bonus points off serves. He's got the rally tolerance to match anyone in the game, especially defensively with his length. I think yeah, I'd be surprised. This is a big hurdle for Tommy Paul. Big tournament for Tommy. He great start to the year. He cracked the top 10. I think he's number 9 in the world. But there's one thing getting into the top 10, and there's another thing beating top 5 players. And Zverev, the way he's looked, I think he's just way too. I don't see any like holes in his game right now. So it's tough to find an avenue towards victory in that sense. So yeah, I think if you could get Zverev like minus 1.5 sets, I think he takes this down in four. Um, I like parlaying Zverev money line with Alcaraz money line. That gets you like over even money a little bit because that is, I think, the more likely semifinal. Obviously, Djokovic, you can see that there, but yeah, I think this is one way traffic for Sasha.